Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another review. I wonder if you were surprised to see this figure here in front of me after I said that I have stopped collecting Black Series and am actually in the middle of thinning out my Black Series collection. I have reduced it to one singular shelf in this background here, the very top. You can't see it, but I definitely cut back, and I am even selling some figures that I really liked just because this is not my main line anymore. And for years, I tried to make it, and I definitely was, and they have some fantastic figures, and they have some also not fantastic figures. But ultimately, my heart lies with a 3 3/4 inch, which is where Star Wars started and where I started collecting. And so I really like the 6 inch line, but it's just not something I'm going to continuously pursue. That being said, I do come out of dormancy sometimes, and that is the exception here with Anakin Skywalker #5 Revenge of the Sith. He was too beautiful for me not to pick up. So I found him in stores, and I think he's relatively new, though I am not up to date with what is coming out from Hasbro at all. I don't follow them. I don't do anything like that. I'm totally disconnected from that aspect these days, and which is fine. You know, I'm not like one of the top reviewers of this kind of thing anymore, and so it doesn't matter if I ever was. It doesn't matter so much to me, but I thought this Anakin was just really, really nice. And I knew I had an Anakin like this, but I was pretty sure that his face was a lot more updated. And he's actually quite a bit more updated than I thought when I did a direct comparison, which I will do for this video today. So I do have another Black Series figure I need to review. I've had him for probably 2 or 3 years at this point. It's Krrsantan from the Black Series, and I gotta open him up and put him on my shelf already. And I've just had him, and I've had him, and I had him, and I didn't know if I was gonna open him because I wasn't really collecting Black Series, but I just want to open him up and get him on the shelf so that he can stop staying in his box. It's way back when they were doing the non-bubble packaging, and so I will review him if anybody's interested, though he is kind of outdated at this point. So anyways, so we have Revenge of the Sith, Anakin Skywalker, #5. In a Black Series box, which is pretty much unchanged since 2013, give or take. The side art is beautiful. Really nice. Anakin Skywalker. Fantastic. On the back, we get some more of that really nice art and a small paragraph about Anakin. This is specifically Revenge of the Sith Anakin, as I said. He looks amazing. Let's open him up. Alrighty, so here we have Anakin Skywalker. I'll show you his lightsaber first so I can get it out of the way. But it looks very good. Very up to scratch for Black Series. If you saw my small lightsaber, legacy lightsaber hilt 12-day countdown box, you will remember I commented about that not being painted, and I was right. It should be painted. Or that one should be painted. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Anyways, this lightsaber does come apart. I bent the peg when I was opening it, but it does seem to go back into place. It also has another peg that you can attach to Anakin's belt if you don't want to display him holding his lightsaber, though I don't really know why you would do that. I will put it on his belt for the sake of this review. Boop. Pretty cool. I always like that they include that feature, even though I never ever use it. Anyways, let me raise the camera a touch. Man, he looks great. I think that, well, yeah, from here he looks really good. From here, his eye seems slightly uneven. In person, I think he looks a little bit better. I will say that like shading and the way that shadow falls on figures is really important, and so natural lighting does make things look a little bit more realistic. We have some washout coming from my window, but it would be too dark if I did not open it, so we're going to deal with a little bit of washout here for the sake of this review. And I think it looks pretty good. He's got his little scar. Everything is like really fancily printed. I don't know what all the sculptors do these days because so much of it is computer. I mean, somebody has to do an initial sculpt, but I think that the detail in the face is done with a printer. Anyways, no more painting, and the hair looks really good. Fantastic even. It looks very movementy, and the tunic looks good. It is made out of like a soft plastic material, and that does extend over to the shoulder pads here, which is really nice. It gives it sort of a premium feel. The belt details are really good. And then we move down the figure and we have the legs, and they are also really good. On the sides, where once this was soft goods, this is now just a soft plastic, which does look more realistic, though I don't know. I am a little bit partial to anything soft goods. I love when they include that. But we do have splits down the fabric so that his legs can bend, which is nice. And he has 2 lightsaber grip hands, which is vaguely annoying. I don't know why they don't include interchangeable hands with these action figures at this point, especially because Marvel gets them all the time. You can see his glove there. That looks really nice. And then I did want to compare him to the Anakin that I had prior, which I thought was really, really good, but now I will be parting ways with. It's very interesting. This Anakin I'm about to show you has 2 trigger finger hands, and this one has 2 lightsaber hands. But there we are. And you can tell a world of difference. Here, I thought that this Anakin was quite good. Actually, that's not even the original Anakin. And so it's very interesting to see how far we've come, in my opinion. And I thought his tunic, I thought they were the exact same. They actually are very, very different. They have completely redone this figure, which I think is really cool. And they've made some color changes for certain things, like around his Cybertronic arm, on his cyborg arm. And overall, I'm really happy with this new Anakin. I think compared side by side, it is no question who is better. But if you have this guy on your own, he's not too bad. Just after seeing this new face, it's like, wow. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this Black Series figure review. I didn't go over articulation whatsoever, but you can find somebody else's review for that, I guess. Anyways, really excited to add this Anakin to my collection, and sayonara, old Anakin. Catch you in the next one, guys. Bye.